inelastic demand. The other one that we have, it is unitary elasticity of demand. What is this? Unitary means one. Unitary represents that whenever there is a change in price, when we'll have equal change in the quantity demanded, then we'll call such an elasticity of demand as unitary elasticity of demand. The next two that we'll have, that is relatively price elastic, relatively price inelastic demand. What are relatively elastic demand? Relatively elastic demand. Elastic means price will become constant. Price of the product will become constant in case of elastic demand. Now, relatively elastic means there is a small change in price, that is vertical direction will have a very small change. But when we will see the quantity demanded horizontally, then there is a more change in quantity demanded. See, we are going to change a price in a small content, but the quantity demanded will be very high. Such a demand is, will call it as relatively price elastic. In that case, the EP value will always be less than 1. And the next one that we have, it is relatively inelastic demand. It is exactly opposite to what we have discussed now. That means even though very high change in the quantity price will lead to a small change in demand. I mean, even though the price discount is available 20%, 30%, 30% discount is given, but still, what is the change in quantity demanded means only 5% has been changed. 30% price change, quantity demanded is only 5%. Then we will call such an elastic demand as relatively inelastic demand. So these discussions we have completed already for both the sessions. Now let us move to the next concept, next type of elastic demand, that is income elasticity of demand. Guys, remember one thing, any elastic demand, either that might be price elastic or else income elastic, just the definition will changes in the denominator. How we will define this income elasticity of demand means, it explains it is the ratio between percentage change in quantity demanded of a commodity due to the change in income. Whenever the percentage change in quantity demanded, a quantity demanded is that can be measured with respect to the consumer's income. So see here, proportionate change in quantity demanded for a commodity X with respect to proportionate change in income of a customer. So when the income of an individual increased from 20,000 to 40,000, at present the income of an individual is 20,000, his income has been increased to 40,000. In such a scenario, what is the change in quantity demanded? So when 20,000 income is there, he used to purchase 20 units. When his income is 40,000, then what is the consumption? Such an analysis can be determined by using income elasticity of demand. This is a mathematical form of income elasticity of demand. So how we will represent the income elasticity of demand in a mathematical form, that is delta Q, delta I. So this is the simplest form that we will use. Now, these are the various abbreviations for what are the elasticity of income elasticity of demand and explanation for each term. This will be same for all the 4 types of demands. Either it might be price, income, cross or advertisement. Okay. The next one. Now, let us move to the next one. As we said, we have the different types of price elasticity or measures of price elasticity. In the same manner, we have different measures for income elasticity of demand. Now, what are the measurements of income elasticity of demand? Now, once we will calculate the income elasticity of demand, the income elasticity of demand might be different. In some cases, what happens, the income elasticity of demand might become negative. In some cases, the income elasticity of demand might be positive. Whereas in some other cases, the income elasticity of demand might be 0. Depending upon these characteristics, yes, the goods has been classified. Basically, guys, before going to see what is the classification of goods depending upon income elasticity of demand, we should have the basic knowledge related to why this income elasticity of demand can be used. For example, you are a manager, you will have your business. In such a case, what is the use of this income elasticity of demand means, in order to predict what is the demand for our product. In order to identify or in order to predict what is the demand for a product, is we will use this income elasticity of demand. For example, like let us consider you are selling the goods and your income, your customer income has been increased. In that case, does the demand for your product will increases or decreases? What happened to your demand? Does the demand is going to be increased or decreased? How will find out that one means? It depends upon the type of product which we are producing. For example, if your product is an inferior good, then the demand will changes. If your product is a luxury good, then in that case, the demand will be might be something else. Now, in order to find out that, we will calculate the income elasticity of demand in each case. In that scenario, like we have income elasticity of demand. The first one, that is negative. Income elasticity of demand will become negative. Now, when does this income elasticity of demand will become negative means? In case of inferior goods. Guys, what is the meaning of a negative? What is the meaning of negative? Negative means negative relation. Negative relation for,
Loss, ma'am.
sorry ma,
Loss.
loss. Okay. Basically, negative says that if one increases, other one decreases. Positively related. Positively related. Positively related means one will move in a one direction, the other one will also move in the same direction. Then we will call that as a positive relation, like running. Like in case of running, what happened? If all the people will go in the same line, same direction, can anyone will go opposite direction in running from the point where they are standing? No. Such that will call it as positive relation. Negative relation says that if one is moving in one direction, the other one will go in the opposite direction. Then we'll call such a relation as negative relation. We'll see. For example, what is positive and negative relation in case of income elasticity? For example, when the income of an individual, income of a customer increases, then the demand for the products which he is purchasing also increases. See here, income is in an increasing direction, demand is also in the increasing direction. That means both are in the same directions. Then we'll call such a relation as positive relation. Whereas what is negative relation? This is positive. So what is positive and negative relation means? If the two will move in the same direction. When the income is in the increases, then the demand will also increases. Then we will call such a demand as in a positive. Income increase, then demand will also increases. In such a case, how does the income and demand are related means? Both are positively related. The second one that will say negative relation. Negatively related. What is negatively related means? For example, when the income increases, then demand will decrease. See here, opposite direction. When one is moving in the increasing direction, then the other one is moving in the decreasing direction. Then we'll call such a demand as negative income elasticity, negative relation. Okay, this analysis will also be, we will use this concept even in the cross elasticity of demand also. Positive relation, negative relation. Guys, can we say that it is a less than zero means negative relation? In the first case, that negative income elasticity of demand. What is negative income elasticity of demand means? EI is less than 0. EI less than 0 is nothing but EI is negative. EI is negative. So here, when this EI will become negative means in case of inferior goods. In case of inferior goods, the income elasticity of demand will become negative. What are inferior goods? Low priced goods. What are inferior goods means? Low priced goods, that will call them as inferior goods. Guys, the use and throw pen which we are using now, the 3 rupees use and throw pen which we are using now, Can you use this fund when you will get employed? Obviously, yes, in order to sign, in order to write something, you required a pen as a student. Now you are using the 3 rupees use and throw pen. Let us consider that you become an employee at an organization. You have started earning. Now, can we use the same pen? Means might not be. Why? Pen is now you required to write. There also yes, you required to write. But still, your requirement will change. That means you will use the pen. Still you will use the pen, but instead of using a low quality 3 rupees use and throw pen, as you will prefer to use some branded pen. Such type of here what happened, as the income increase, the demand for your product has been decreased. Vice versa, opposite directions. Okay, such a demand is we'll call them as negative income elasticity of demand. The second type of products that we have, it is positive income elasticity of demand. Positive income elasticity of demand. Now, what is positive income elasticity of demand means? When the price, when the income increases, the demand for the products will also be increased. When the income of the products will, the increase in the income will create increase in the demand for a commodity, then we'll call such a demand as positive income elasticity of demand. When this will happen means in case of normal goods. For example, guys, like protein goods, protein products. For example, like ghee that we will use. Now, when the income of the people will increases, what happen? Or else cashew nuts. When the income of a family is less, in such a case, the consumption of nuts will be less. Occasionally, in some specific sweets that they might use this, what is this, nuts. But when the income of the people will increases, then the nuts will be used, the badam, cashew nuts, whatever that they are using, as they will use the same, but with increase in the consumption. In such a case, what happened? It is positively related to each other. That is positive income elasticity of demand. In that case, the income elasticity of demand is always greater than 0. The next one that we have, it is low income elasticity of demand. Low income elasticity of demand. What is this low income elasticity of demand? When it occurs means, yes, of course, the income elasticity of demand is greater than 0. It is greater than 0 but less than 1. Less than 1 means that if the 10% increase in the income, then quantity demanded will be less than to that. Quantity demanded will be only 5%. 10% increase in the income, but the demand for the products has been increased only by 5%. Such a scenario will be identified in case of essential goods. In case of essential goods, when the income increases, the demand will also increases, but not to a great extent. Up to certain extent, yes, it will increases. This will happen in case of essential goods. And the next one that we have, it is high income elasticity of demand. When we'll call the income elasticity as high income elasticity means when it is greater than 1. That means quantity demanded will be high when compared with the income. When, for example, your income has been increased by 20%, but the change in the quantity demanded will be 30%. Income, change in income is only 20%, but change in quantity demanded is 30%. In that case, automatically what happens? The income elasticity of demand will become greater than 1. And what type of goods? Where it can be identified means in case of luxury goods. In case of luxury goods, the income elasticity of demand will become, what is that? The income elasticity of demand will become greater than 0. Why it will happen means, in order to show the luxuriness, even though, for example, your income has been increased to a small extent, but still the people, in order to show their, what is that? Luxuriness, they'll increase the consumption to a great extent. Because of that, it will become greater than 0. Okay, and the next one that we have, that is equal to 0. Income elasticity of demand will become equal to 0. When it will become equal to 0, that means the income elasticity of demand will become equal to 0 in case of irrelevant independent goods, where the income elasticity of demand does not related, where the income elasticity of demand is not related. In that case, what happens? The value of income elasticity will always become 0. Okay. So these are the different classification of income elasticity of demand. So till this we have already discussed for C section, I think. Now let us move to the next concept, that is cross elasticity of demand. Guys, the name itself is suggesting that it is cross. Why it is known as cross elasticity of demand? Why it is known as cross elasticity of demand means, guys, what is the price? Can you tell me the determinants of elasticity of demand? What are the elasticity of demand? I mean, what are the determinants of demand? Like?
Price,
Very good.
income,
Price, income, very
and
good.
related good price.
Price income. When it is price, then we have called it as price income, price elasticity of demand. Income elasticity of demand. Guys, before the related goods, we have one more, that is taste and preferences. As the taste and preferences of customers cannot be measured in quantities, taste and preferences cannot be measured in quantities, then we does not have any elasticity of demand related to that. Whereas the next one that we have, it is price of related goods. The fourth parameter, that is price of related goods. Under this concept, see here, we have already taken an example for example, like let us consider X is one product, Y is another product. X is one product and Y is another product. In that case, X, for example, what ma? Yes, Anil Reddy. Yes, we have the two different products, X and Y. Now, for example, like let us consider when the Y is tea. We are going to take two products here, tea and coffee. Tea and coffee. For example, like let us consider whenever the prices for a tea increases, when the tea prices increases, tea price increased by from 10 rupees, it has been increased to 15 rupees. What happened to the demand for coffee? Demand for coffee will increases. Very good. Demand for coffee will increases. Why it has been increased means we didn't said anything related to the price of coffee, but still we can conclude that whenever there is an increase in the tea prices, coffee prices, demand for coffee will increases. Same vice versa. For example, when the coffee price decreases, then what happened to the demand for tea? When the coffee prices decreases, what happened to the demand for tea?
Decreases.
Demand for tea also decreases. Guys, see here, why we will call the third one as the cross elasticity of demand means, it is because the demand for one product depends upon the price of another product. See, demand for coffee depends upon the price of tea. The demand for tea depends upon the price of coffee. We are making a cross comparison. As in case of cross elasticity of demand, we are taking two different goods. Till now, we have taken only one commodity that we have named it as X. But in case of cross elasticity of demand, we required minimum of two goods. We'll compare the price of one commodity with the prices of another. Then only yes, we'll get this cross elasticity of demand. Because of that, yes, we will call that as cross elasticity. Why it is known as cross means because the price of one commodity depends upon the demand for another. Okay. How we'll give the definition for this cross elasticity of demand? The elasticity of demand in the market is greater or small according to the amount demanded, increased much or little for given rise in the price of other related. See here, as we are talking about two different commodities here. So one commodity quantity demanded will be depends upon the prices of other commodities. Then we'll call such a demand as cross elasticity of demand. Now how will write this cross elasticity of demand means? Guys, till now we have never specified x and y, but here we are specifying. Why? For cross elasticity, we require minimum of two products, two commodities. Okay. So in the numerator, we will take proportionate change in quantity demanded for a commodity X divided by proportionate change in the price of commodity Y. Demand for one product, price of another product. Then only we will call this as a cross elasticity of demand. If in the numerator denominator also we will keep X, then we will call that as simply price elasticity, not cross elasticity. Okay. Now, how we will what is that, abbreviate this one, like, see, here we will write cross elasticity of demand. Guys, I'll take the attendance at the end. At the end, I'll take the screenshot, whoever present, only for those people I am going to give the attendance. Okay, so these are the various terms that we have explained which are present in our formula, and by using this formula as we will calculate what is the cross elasticity of demand. What is the cross elasticity of demand? That can be calculated by using the formula, that is EC, that is cross elasticity of demand equal to change in quantity demanded for X divided by, that is delta Qx by delta Px into Px by delta Qx. This is the basic formula that can be used in order to calculate cross elasticity of demand. Cross elasticity of demand, by using this formula is we will calculate. Okay. Now, okay guys, cross elasticity of demand that we have calculated, EC value. Now, here also what happened, for example, like let us consider X and Y, two different products. When the X price is 10 rupees, then the demand for X price is, this is X price is 10 rupees, then demand for Y is 50 units. Demand for Y is 50 units. When the price of X increased to 17 rupees, then the quantity demanded for X increased to 75 units, something. Okay. Now, when we'll calculate the cross elasticity of demand here, we can able to calculate cross elasticity of demand here. When we'll calculate the cross elasticity of demand, then the cross elasticity of demand might be positive, or it might be negative, or in some cases it might be equal to 0. For some type of products, the cross elasticity of demand might be positive, or in some type of products the cross elasticity of demand becomes negative, or in some cases the cross elasticity of demand might be 0. Now, depending upon the value of cross elasticity of demand, we will classify the goods into different types. Guys, if you will get the question, that is explain the measurements of elasticity of demand. That is nothing but types of elasticity of demand. I mean classification, that is measurements of price elasticity, measurements of income elasticity, measurements of cross elasticity, measurements of what is that last one, advertisement elasticity of demand. Okay. Now, depending upon the value of cross elasticity of demand, we have classified the goods into three different types. Depending upon the value of cross elasticity of demand, the goods has been classified into three different types. First one, substitute goods, complementary goods, independent goods. Substitute goods, complementary goods, independent goods. What are substitutes? What are substitutes? Guys, when we will classify, when we will call X and Y, for example, here we have taken an example. X and Y are two different types of products. X and Y are two different products. When we will call X and Y as substitute goods, means it depends upon the cross elasticity of demand. Guys, in the first case, what is the cross elasticity of demand for substitute goods? What is the cross elasticity of demand for substitute goods? Here it is. Cross elasticity of demand here is
Positive.
positive. Positive means when the demand for one product increases with respect to the increase in the price of another. Guys, just now we have taken an example. See here. See here. Tea and coffee. Tea and coffee. For example, when the prices for tea increases, when the prices for tea increase, then what happened to the demand for coffee?
Increase.
Demand for coffee is also increased. Shall we say that both are positively related?
Yes.
Yes. Now, can we call tea and coffee as substitute goods? Tea and coffee, shall we call them as substitute goods?
Yes.
Why we are calling them as a substitute goods means because in this case the cross elasticity of demand is positive. In this case the cross elasticity of demand is positive. Guys, substituted. Substitute means it can be replaced by one another. For example, I went to canteen to have a cup of tea. As the students are not available, tea is not available. Can I substitute my requirement with coffee? I went to canteen to have a cup of tea. As the students are not available, so the tea stall has been closed and coffee is available. Can I fulfill my requirement with coffee or no, Rahul?
May or may not.
Why may not?
Taste and preferences.
Taste and preferences. For example, there is no other option to me. As I am feeling some little bit tiredness, headache, something. So I want to have something strong.
Then we go to coffee.
Then I will go with coffee. That means here what happened? Tea can be replaced by coffee. Such type of goods as we'll call them as substitute goods. The same example I think I have given here also. When the EC is positive, then the goods are known as substitute goods. In this case, the demand for the commodity X, see guys, here we have taken two commodities just for understanding purpose. Commodity X, demand for commodity X will increases where? Increase in the price of Y. So when the prices of Y increases, then the demand for X will also be increased. Then we will call such a demand as a positive cross elasticity, and the type of goods, that is X and Y are substitute goods. These goods are also known as replacement goods. What are replacement? Replacement is nothing but one can be substituted by the other one. Guys, replacement goods, substitute goods, both are same. Okay, what are the examples for this one? The first example, again we have taken the same, that is tea and coffee. Just now we have discussed. The second one, that is bicycle and car. Bicycle and car. For example, the fuel prices has been increased to a very great extent. In such a case, what happened? In order for traveling, instead of using a car, as I will use a bicycle. Or else, nowadays, one of the biggest challenge to the economy, to the world, that is pollution. By using this car, as the fuel consumption is very high, which is going to create a very big problem. With that, that means the traveling can be replaced by using bicycle. So such a demand, such a type of products, as we'll call them as replacement. Okay, replacement are substitute goods. Okay, now the next one, see here, water and wind energy. Water and wind energy. So whenever the water generation of electricity by using water, when we have the scarcity of water, wind, it is present are solar. So such we will call them as substitute goods. Now the next one that we have, it is complementary goods. Now what are complementary goods? When the cross elasticity of demand is negative, when the cross elasticity of demand is negative, then the goods are known as complementary goods. That means negative means when the demand for price of one product increases, then the demand for another product will decreases. When price increases, demand will decreases. Then we will call such type of products as complementary goods. For example, guys, like bread and wheat, does they are related? Bread
No,
and
ma'am.
wheat. Basically, guys, for some country people, bread will be consumed with meat, or else bread and butter are like dal and rice. Dal and rice for Andhra and for Telugu state people, or else like what is that, potatoes and chapati for North Indians. Like that means, for example, first we'll see how the cross elasticity will changes. After that, we'll see in detail about the examples. Guys, for example, like let us consider the bread price has been increased. Bread, like let us consider, we are taking an example here where the bread and butter, the people will consume that bread and butter in combination. Bread and butter that they will consume in combination. Generally, in that society, what happened? A person in a family that they used to consume 50 grams of butter, 50 grams of butter that they will purchase by spending, 100 rupees of 100 rupees that are else, okay, like let us consider by spending 25 rupees. In a family that they used to purchase butter, 50 rupees butter, 50 grams of butter that they required, and they used to spend 25 rupees on that one. Now let us consider bread. Now for this 50 grams of butter, they required 500 grams of bread, and they used to spend 20 rupees for bread. They are spending 25 rupees for butter and 20 rupees for bread. Now let us consider the butter prices has been increased in that society. Butter prices has been increased. Now for the 25 rupees which they have, the 25 rupees which they have, only they could be able to purchase 40 grams of butter. With the money that they have, only 40 grams of butter can be purchased. In such a case, can they purchase the same quantity of bread?
No,
No.
ma'am.
No, they will decrease but there is no change in the price of bread.
But quantity is being decreased.
But still the quantity will decreases. Why does the quantity decreases means, what do they will do with the extra bread that they have? With the 40 grams of butter which they have purchased, with that they can be able to only have 40 grams of bread. But whereas for the additional 2 or 3 slices of bread, they does not have any butter, and they never consume bread alone or else butter alone. In such a case, see here, prices of what is this one? Prices of
Increase.
butter has been increased. Now 50 grams of butter is available at 35 grams, 35 rupees. But there is no change. There is no change in the prices of butter. But still, what happened to the demand for butter?
Decreases, ma'am.
Demand for bread will decrease.
Decrease.
See, why it happened means because increase in butter prices. As the butter price increase, demand for bread has been decreased.
Decrease.
So such
Ma'am,
an
from the cost and bread we can make into that butter, no, ma'am.
but you will have, that is also happened. See here, as for our understanding that we have taken, for example, now see here, 50 grams of butter available at 35 rupees. I have 45 rupees in my hand. I have 45 rupees in my hand. Now, for 40 grams of butter, I need to spend 27 rupees. For example, 27 rupees that I need to spend to purchase 40 grams of butter. And what is the rest of the amount that I have? 45 minus 27. That is
28.
so the rest of the 18 rupees that I can able to offer for bread. I don't have any extra money to spend. In such a case, what happened? It is not possible to me. Even though, for example, like let us consider in the previous one which we have taken, the person used to purchase 20 rupees, 2017, that means 37 rupees. For 8 rupees, what happened? I cannot able to purchase butter, I cannot able to purchase bread. That I will purchase some tea, something, so that I can able to fulfill my hungriness because there is no other option available. Such we'll call it as, negative income elasticity of demand. One increases, the other one decreases. Guys, one thing, the economical concepts will be applicable not on the high class people. Economical concepts will always explains about the behavior of the people in the low end. Low end. For example, I am earning 10,000 rupees. Even though the bread price increased by 20%, but still I can able to offer. But we are not talking about the individuals who are earning very good salaries. Ambani's, Tata's, that we are not taking. We are, economical concepts will always be understood, will always be explained from the view of, what is that, local, that means low level people.
Middle class people.
Middle class. Only the middle class point of view is will apply the economical concepts. Okay. So in this case, the same thing will happen. Even if we will consider ourselves, dal and rice. We used to purchase dal and rice combinedly. When the dal prices increases, then what happen? Can we consume only rice? Means might not be. Because for those people, yes, it can be purchased only with dal. Guys, you may think that instead of dal, the person may purchases the vegetables. We are saying that low income people, they could not be able to offer the different types of vegetables, and to prepare the vegetables, we required many more ingredients. That much of money is not affordable by those people. In such a case, what happened? Increase in the dal prices will decreases the consumption of rice. Then we'll call such an elasticity of demand as complementary goods, negative income elasticity of demand. Okay, what are the examples for this one? Like bread and butter, car and fuels. In case of car and fuel also the same thing will happen. Whenever the fuel prices increases, demand for cars will decrease. Why? Because without fuel, it is meaningless to have a car. So when the fuel prices has been increased, then what I will do by purchasing a car? So car and fuel, like electricity charges and electronic goods. Electricity charges, electronic goods. When the electricity charges has been increased by 50%, do we have the demand for the electronic goods? Means no. The people might switch to complement, what is that, solar system, something else. Okay. Now, what are this? We can also call this complementary goods as joint goods. Why we will call them as joint goods means because their consumption will happen in joint. That means we cannot able to consume these products independently, separately. They'll be consumed in joint. Because of that, these products can also be known as joint goods. Okay, is it clear now? Substitute goods, complementary goods. Guys, very, very important for the 2 marks questions, for the short questions. The question which we will expect from the short questions from the first unit, that is law of demand, first one. Explain the law of demand with its exceptions, or else demand curve or demand schedule. The second most important, that is classification of goods based upon the cross elasticity of demand. After this only the next things will come. Okay, the next type that we have, it is independent goods. In case of independent goods, what happened? The cross elasticity of demand will become zero. For example, like fuel prices and demand for water. Fuel prices, demand for water. Guys, whenever the fuel prices increases, does the demand for water consumption will decreases? Means might not be. Both are irrelevant to each other. In that case, what happened? The cross elasticities of demand will become zero. See here, when the cross elasticity of demand is zero, then the goods are known as independent goods. In this case, the demand for a commodity X does not depends on the price of commodity Y. That means they are irrelevant to each other. One of the examples that we have taken here, that is rice and fuel. Demand for rice and prices of fuel. Even though the prices of fuel increased or decreased, Does it will influences the demand for rice? Means no. Both are irrelevant to each other. So this is known as what is cross elasticity of demand, what are the measurements or classification of cross elasticity of demand. The next type of elasticity of demand that we have, it is advertisement elasticity of demand. Advertisement elasticity of demand. Now what is this advertisement elasticity of demand? The another fifth demand determinant that we have, that is advertisement cost of advertisement. So it can be defined as the ratio between proportionate change in quantity demanded to the proportionate change in the advertisement cost. Guys, proportionate change or percentage change, both will be same. Okay. With respect to the advertisement cost, how does the what is this quantity demanded is changing? When we'll increase the advertisement expenses, does the quantity demanded is increasing or decreasing or constant? Such an analysis can be done by using advertisement elasticity of demand. See, the proportionate change in quantity demanded for a commodity X to the proportionate change in the cost of advertisement. This will call it as advertisement elasticity of demand. Yes. Now, when we'll calculate the advertisement elasticity of demand, in some cases the advertisement elasticity of demand may be positive, may be negative or zero. These are the measurements of advertisements of elasticity of demand, are types of elasticity of demand. We can call any of both. I mean any of these two. Types or else measurements of elasticity, both will be same. Okay. Now, when the positive elasticity, sorry, when the advertisement elasticity of demand is positive, when the advertisement elasticity of demand is positive means when the quantity demanded will increases with increase in the advertisement cost. For example, Boost or else Fair and Handsome. Fair and Handsome. Previously, we have given an advertisement for Fair and Handsome by using a normal advertiser. But now, in order to create the demand, we have, appointed Shah Rukh Khan as the ambassador for what is that? Fair and Handsome cosmetics. Now, in that case, what happened? As a celebrity is endorsing, that means we need to pay more money. If it is a normal person, then by paying very less also as we can able to manage. But when we are paying, when we are appointing a celebrity, then we need to increase our cost of advertisement. Then whenever we increase the cost of advertisement, then this is increasing the demand for the product. That means more people whoever the fans of Shah Rukh Khan, all the people will started using this Fair and Handsome cream. So by using that one, demand for the commodity will increases. In that case, as the advertisement elasticity of demand is positive. Advertisement elasticity of demand is positive. Even decreases also the same thing will happen. Decrease in the advertisement cost will ultimately decreases the quantity demanded. The next scenario that we have, it is negative income elasticity, negative advertisement elasticity of demand. Reverse. Whenever we are increasing the advertisement cost, it is adversely influencing on the quantity demanded. Guys, we used to get an advertisement for the knee pains. Some Ayurvedic medicines that will be shown in the television. If continuously, if that product has been shown, advertisement for such product, a Ayurvedic medicine for the knee pains, if continuously the same advertisement has been telecasted in the television, for continuous, we need to spend more money. That means the cost of advertisement has been increased. It will adversely affect. The people will think that it is a fake product, because of that they are giving many more advertisements. Because of that, the advertisement quantity demanded will decreases. That means the advertisement elasticity of demand will become negative here. In this case, what is a profitable decision means? If you want to increase, if you want to secure your profits, if you want to secure your profits, in such a case, if the advertisement elasticity of demand is negative, if the advertisement elasticity of demand is negative, then decrease the advertisement cost. As it is negative, by decreasing the advertisement cost, we can increase the quantity demanded. Decreasing the advertisement cost will increase the quantity demanded. Why? It is negatively related to each other. So, advertisement cost elasticity of demand can be used for taking the various decisions. The third aspect, neutral, that is zero. No advertisement, I mean, there is no relationship between quantity demanded and at the same time we have the another factor, that is advertisement elasticity, cost of advertisement. Quantity demanded, cost of advertisement, both are not related to each other. For example, like we have certain type of products where we won't see any advertisement for such type of products. So here I have written two, that is matchsticks and wax candles. For example, matchboxes. Do we see any advertisement for matchbox? Means no. But still, does its demand is decreasing? Means no. If you will spend advertisement cost in that one, it is waste of use. By seeing the advertisement, nobody will go for increasing the consumption of matchsticks. Okay. Whereas, so this type of products, what happen? Yes, increase or decrease in the advertisement cost does not going to influence the demand. Such type of, in that case, what happen? The advertisement elasticity of demand will always become zero. Yes, these are the four types of elasticity of demands that we have, along with the measurements of elasticity of demand: price elasticity, income elasticity, cross elasticity, advertisement elasticity, along with the different measurements that we have seen. Till now, any doubts, guys? After this one, only one concept left in this first unit, that is forecasting. But before forecasting, we have one more concept to be discussed, that is significance of elasticity of demand. Significance of elasticity of demand. What is the importance? Why we need to calculate? For example, if you are a manager, if you are an entrepreneur, then in such a case, what is the need or necessity to know, to calculate the elasticity of demand? That we can use we will discuss under the concept of significance of elasticity of demand. As it is already 12:56, so I'll take the attendance. Meanwhile, if you'll have any, what is that, doubts, you can raise your doubts. Yes, guys, any doubts? Till B7. Yes. One second, let me take down your attendance first. B7 that I have taken. Yes, ma, 1 second. I'll come to the doubts clarification. Guys, Arif, can you give me your attendance? I'll call the numbers. Hello? Whoever present, just unmute yourself and tell me respond. The other people, please be silent. And once you have responded, you can leave. If you don't, guys, any doubts? Yes, ma, do you have any doubts? Okay, then I'll take the attendance. After that, you can leave. Today is what? Okay. Yes, 61, 62. I'll call the number only once. 63, 64.
Present, ma'am.
Wait, ma, 1 second. 64.
63, ma'am.
63, okay. 64, 65.
Present, ma'am.
65 present, okay. 66.
Present, ma'am.
Yes, Madhuri. 67.
Present, ma'am.
67 present. 68.
Present, ma'am.
Yes, 68. 69.
Present, ma'am.
Niharika. Yes, ma. 70. Yes.
Present, ma'am.
71.
Present, ma'am.
71%. 72. Absent. 73. Absent. 74. Sunil.
Present, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. 75. Absent. 76.
Present, ma'am.
76, yes, present. 77,
Present, ma'am.
yes. 78, 79,
Present, ma'am.
yes. 79, 80,
Present, ma'am.
yes. 80, 81, 81, ma'am. 82, 83, 84, 85,
Present, ma'am.
Ma'am,
85.
84 present, ma'am.
84, yes, ma'am. 84 present. 85,
Present, ma'am.
80, wait, ma, 85, can you unmute? 85, Manideep, yeah, okay, ma. 86, present,
Yes, ma'am.
Rahul. Right, 87, once you are unmuting, it will be displayed to me. Okay, so don't worry. 87, 88, 89, 90, 89.
Present, ma'am. 89.
Yeah, why you are waiting, mister? 90, 91, 92.
Present, ma'am.
Deep is okay. Deep. 93, 94,
Present, ma'am.
94 present. Yes, thank you. 95 also present.
Present, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. 96, 97,
Present, ma'am.
98, 99, A0, A0 present.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. A1, A2, A2.
Present, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay.
A2 present,
Yeah,
ma'am.
A2 present. Okay, I have noted. A3, A4, A5, A6.
Present, ma'am. A5.
A5 present, yes. A6,
Present, ma'am.
A6 also present. A7,
Present, ma'am.
A7, wait, mister. Ah, yes, ma'am, Avinash. A8, A9, Shreya.
A9 present, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. B0,
Present, ma'am. B not.
present, I think. B0, can you unmute once again?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, Sandeep. Okay. B1,
Present, ma'am.
okay, B1 present. B2,
B2 present, ma'am.
B2, B2, B1, B2. Can you, yes, ma'am, Divya, okay. B3,
Present, ma'am.
okay, Aishwarya. B4,
Present, ma'am.
B4, yes, present. B5,
Present, ma'am.
B5, wait, B5.
Present, ma'am.
Where are you, mister?
Um,
B5, Charan, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, B5 present. B6, B6, ma'am. B6. 62, wait a minute, ma. I'll call you. B7, B8,
Present, ma'am.
B7 present. B8, B9,
Present, ma'am.
B8 present. B9,
Present, ma'am.
B9 also present. C0, C1, C0 present. Okay. My LE is 7,
Yes, ma'am.
LE 7 present. LE 8, Vivek.
Present, ma'am.
LE 9,
Present, ma'am.
LE 10, LE 11, LE,
Present,
yeah,
ma'am.
LE 12, ma. LE 12.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, money. Okay, ma, you can all leave. 62. Sai, 62. Just you won't speak, but open. Okay, ma. I have given your attendance. 62. Okay, half mark.
Ma'am, E9 present, ma'am.
E9 I have not yet taken, ma. Wait a minute. Sorry, C1, C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6. All the C-section people left. C7,
Present, ma'am.
C7 present. C8, C9, C, C9, D0, D1, D2,
Present, ma'am.
D2 present, Karthik. D3, D3 ma'am. Vikas. Hello Vikas, are you there? D4, D5,
Present, ma'am. D5.
D5 present. D5, can you unmute? Oh, D5.
Present, ma'am.
But you have a login with Vikas ID.
No, madam.
D5, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, madam.
Yeah, Nikhil. Okay, ma'am. D6, D7, D8, D9, D, E0, E1, E2, E2
Present, ma'am.
E2 present, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7, E8, E9,
Present, ma'am.
yeah, F0,
Present, ma'am.
F0 present, okay, F1,
Present, ma'am.
F1, okay, F2, F3, F4, F5, F,
F5 present, ma'am.
F5 present, okay,
F.
F6,
Present, ma'am.
F7, F8, F9, G0,
Present, ma'am.
okay, G1, G2,
Present, ma'am.
G1 present, okay, G2, G3, G4,
Present, ma'am.
okay, ma'am, G5, G5,
Present, ma'am.
G6, okay, ma'am, G6,
Present, ma'am.
G6, can you unmute ma'am once? I'm unable to see you. G6, G6. I have not taken the attendance of G6. G7, G8,
Present, ma'am.
yeah, ma'am. G9,
Present, ma'am.
yeah. H0,
Present, ma'am.
yeah. H1, H2, H3, H3, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Vinay Sagar. H4, H5, yes. The other people don't mute yourself. H5, H6, H5, Akshaya.
Present, ma'am.
Then why you are not responding, ma'am?
Ma'am, I lost my connection, ma'am.
Okay. H6, H7, H7, H8, H9,
Present, ma'am.
H9 present, okay. J0, J0 absent. Ma L is last 13,
Present, ma'am.
okay, 14, LE 14, 15,
15 present, ma'am.
15 present, well and good. 16,
Present, ma'am.
17, okay. 18, LE 18. That's it. Guys, have you all given your attendance? Anyone missing?
Yes, ma'am.
84.
F3, ma'am.
F3, why you have not given, ma? F3, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Why you have joined just now?
No, ma'am.
F3, I have taken the screenshot also, I'll compare, okay, not an issue. Next, anyone? Okay, guys. Thank you. If any doubts, you can call me, you can ask me in the meeting itself, or else you can send me a message in the group. I'll respond, okay? Pavan 97 is there? Pavan ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Pavan, do you have the letter, anything for these people?
No, ma'am. Actually, it is online, ma'am. So no letter was issued.
I mean, at least a written message from the HOD.
No, ma'am.
Because here what happened means, okay, for I don't have any problem to give the attendance, but if they'll ask for how you have given, then I don't have any reason. I'll take the information from your class teacher, then I'll provide. Okay, wait a minute. I'll just note down the numbers. It is okay, 64, 75. How many people? 3, 4 members. I have noted these numbers, so I'll look after that. Okay. Okay, guys.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have a nice day, ma'am.